Hello and welcome to Q&A from MVS with an overview of the queer news from the last 2 weeks. These weeks in the news: homophobia in Jamaica, lack of homo-tolerance among Dutch youths, and many changes going on in the US. Jamaica has made headlines for homophobic rants from government officials. A Jamaican MP, Ernest Smith, claimed that the country's police force had been overrun by homosexuals. He is also very concerned that homosexuals are forming themselves into organizations. He has called for organizations such as the Jamaican Forum for Lesbians, All Sexuals and Gays, or JFLAG, to be outlawed. Additionally, the Prime Minister of Jamaica, Bruce Golding, has said that the country will not decriminalize homosexual acts, and that he has a duty to protect the country. This comment has come from British pressure on Jamaica to decriminalize homosexual sex. Homosexual sex is illegal in Jamaica and punishable with up to 10 years in jail because of the colonial-era laws introduced by the British. International human rights organizations have described Jamaica as one of the most homophobic places in the world. The Senate of Burundi has rejected a proposed amendment to the new criminal code that would have criminalized homosexual conduct for the first time. Activists wrote to the nation's president and the Senate, pointing out that the provision would violate the African Charter on Human and People's Rights and the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights, to which Burundi is a party. Research done in a number of middle schools in Alphen has found that male youths in the Netherlands do not want to work with homosexuals. Also, it was found that if the youths were employers, they would not hire homosexuals. One of the researchers said that the students know how to give politically correct answers on homosexuality, and that homosexuality is tolerated in theory. When students were asked to imagine working with homosexuals, however, that was too close for comfort. US President Barack Obama has begun consulting top defense advisors on how to lift a ban on gays in the military. The administration won't say how soon that might happen. This move enables Obama to say he's making good on his campaign promise to reverse the law, but doesn't lock him into doing so anytime soon. Legislation to repeal the ban was also introduced by Representative Ellen Tauscher, a Democrat from California. Tauscher's bill attracted 148 co-sponsors last year. Democratic leaders on Capitol Hill support repealing the ban, but do not immediately promise to press the issue. The Philippines has officially ended the ban on gays serving in the military. The Armed Forces of the Philippines said that the military decision shows the military has zero tolerance for discrimination among its ranks. It also warned, however, that despite allowing gays to serve openly, overt homosexual behavior will not be tolerated. To mark the change, the military began a recruiting drive in the LGBT community. Argentina has also abandoned the gay ban as part of a sweeping military reform act. The California House and Senate have approved resolutions calling on the state Supreme Court to declare Proposition 8, the measure which bans same-sex marriage, illegal. The lawsuits charge that Proposition 8 is invalid because the initiative process was improperly used to undo the Constitution's core commitment to equality for everyone. Through the initiative process, voters can make relatively small changes to the Constitution, but any measure that would change the underlying principles of the Constitution must first be approved by the legislature before being submitted to the voters. That did not happen with Proposition 8, and that's why it's invalid, according to the petitioners. Gay married couples in the U.S. state of Massachusetts are suing the federal government for the same benefits received by straight married couples. Currently, the Defense of Marriage Act of 1996 prohibits the federal government from granting benefits, such as those relating to health insurance and pensions, to gay married couples. This lawsuit is the first major challenge to the Defense of Marriage Act. The European Parliament Committee on Petitions has accepted a petition submitted by a Polish LGBT rights group, the Campaign Against Homophobia, regarding discrimination by Polish registry offices. The group said the Polish registry office has been known to refuse to issue certificates of marital status for gays and lesbians who would like to enter into a same-sex union abroad. Certificates are required to enter into a union in most EU countries. According to a letter from the European Parliamentary Committee, an official procedure has been begun to investigate the complaint. The committee also said that the issue should be dealt with by the European Parliament's Intergroup for LGBT Rights. A secret network coordinated by Iraqi LGBT exiles in London has been formed to provide safe houses in Baghdad and other Iraqi cities for LGBT people. The group also helps to smuggle some of these people to neighboring countries where it helps them apply for United Nations humanitarian protection. Since the fall of Saddam Hussein, the situation for LGBT people has worsened. The invasion of Iraq ended the Ba'athist dictatorship, but also destroyed the secular state and enabled a rise of religious fundamentalism. In 2005, Iraq's leading Shia cleric, Grand Ayatollah Ali al-Sistani, issued a fatwa urging the killing of LGBT people in the worst, most severe way possible. Although the general security situation has improved in Iraq, for LGBT people it has deteriorated sharply. You can find more information about the group at IraqiLGBTUK.blogspot.com. The President of the U.S. has moved to overturn regulations that allow doctors, nurses, and others to refuse to treat people who they disapprove of on moral grounds. Obama's administration has begun the repeal process for the Department of Health and Human Services regulations regarding so-called provider conscience. This was a last-ditch effort by Bush to supposedly protect medical professionals. Obama is being applauded for this action by LGBT and women's groups, as the regulations could have been used to deny services to LGBT people and to deny contraceptives. Dutch Secretary of Immigration Al-Bayrak has agreed to improve the regulations for gay asylum seekers. With this change in the law, gay asylum seekers from countries where homosexuality is still outlawed will no longer be required to first ask for protection from the police in their home countries. Homosexuality is still illegal in about 80 countries. The requirements to first report requests for police protection have also been removed in countries in which homosexuality is legal, but police discrimination and abuse have been documented. That's it for Q&A, and now a look at the agenda for the coming week. Saturday, March 7th is the Disco Cult Party at the Sugar Factory, with DJs Kraus, Oslo Hilton, and Wanna Be a Star, among others. Martin Duvall is the VJ. The party starts at 11 and the entrance is €10. Sunday, March 8th is Girlesque, the party Women in Paradise at Paradiso. This party is to help celebrate International Women's Day. The party is from 10:30 p.m. to 5 a.m. Sunday, March 8th, and again on Sunday, March 15th, is Nye Atelier de Dokmantel Amsterdam at the Winston Kingdom on the Warmoestraat 131. The drag comedy club Chicks with Dicks present this cabaret show about the red light district, and it's in Dutch. Sunday, March 15th, from 3 p.m. to 2 a.m. is Rapido at Paradiso. Guys come from all over Europe to dance all afternoon and evening to uplifting tunes by international DJs and enjoy big shows, a bit of Ibiza on the canals. The photo exhibition Gay Rights Activists in Court is being shown from March 14th to May 14th at the Ilia Homodoc in the Openbare Bibliotheek. The photos were made by Dan Stringer during court hearings. The entrance is free and the opening is Friday, March 13th at 5 p.m. Spellbound presents a queer underground dance party on Saturday, March 21 at the Oki at Amstelveense 134 just behind the Vondelpark. Club Quattro, a new wave group from Amsterdam, will be live on stage. That's it. Keep watching for another hour of programming from MBS.